Welcome back to another episode of Plant-Based Dads. I'm Joey.
And I'm Tim.
We want to first thank our Patreon financial supporters and people who just leave cash at the comments for supporting the show. Without you, we couldn't get this done. If you've ever seen the show and thought, how can I help? How can I be part of this? That's how you can help. There's a link below this video so you can become part of the team.
Yep. So by subscribing, you help us the channel grow.
Yep.
And again, thank you for all the comments that we've been getting on each of our shows.
Yep.
It's mostly encouraging, so appreciate that.
Mostly, yeah.
Mostly encouraging. Okay.
So one of the things that I struggle with during this whole muscle building process and reformation and all that is I am just a chocoholic. Right?
Okay.
I think we know that. I've said that many times. Everything's chocolate. And I just absolutely love desserts. So I've been kind of trying to have desserts. Like if I'm going to have chocolate, like I'm not talking about chocolate protein bar, but if I'm going to have like a dark chocolate bar or something, which is a complete waste of calories, I want to have something higher in protein, right? So today,
but it also supports antioxidants and healthy.
Healthy would be nice
right?
too, right?
Yes.
Like yeah. So
well, we came up with something.
So we've been making this brownie recipe, this high protein brownie recipe, and originally I think it's from Happy Healthy Vegan.
Yeah,
right?
but this is a modified version.
We modified his version to be less calories because it's just a little too high.
Yep.
And that's what we're going to show you today. So we're going to make some healthy brownies out of all things, pumpkin seeds.
I love it.
Pepitas instead of the flour. So I guess it would be.
This is a powerhouse superfood.
Yeah, it would be gluten-free without the flour,
yep,
right?
Yep.
Yeah. So check out what we do here. See what you think. We'll taste them together. We've had them before. We'll taste them together, and we'll tell you what we think. All right, let's get to the food. All right, to start off with our high-protein brownies, we're going to use 1 cup of pumpkin seeds. Tim, what's the nutrition information on pumpkin seeds? Why are they so good?
All right, pumpkin seeds, they're a nutrition powerhouse for sure. So they're loaded with unsaturated fatty acids that we need, rich source of protein, vitamins and minerals. With all that combination, you can reduce your risk of chronic diseases such as cancer. In our case, we're worried about inflammation. We need something with antioxidants, and the pumpkin seeds fit that bill.
I had no idea pumpkin seeds were rich in protein, so that's amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so we're gonna pulverize these or grind them up here for about 30 seconds in the food processor. So let's get started.
So again, we're grinding them. We're not going to turn this into a seed butter. So we just want enough for it to be a powder.
Yeah, this will take the place of like the wheat powder in the brownies or whatever. All right, let's get started. All right, so I think this is what we want it to be. We don't want it to be seed butter. We just want it to be a flour, grainy thing, and that's what it is right now. So this is perfect. So we have kind of our ground pumpkin seeds. So we'll get a bowl and we'll start with the rest of this.
Sounds good.
All right, every time I make this recipe, I forget that I need the food processor for the whole recipe. I keep treating it as a regular brownie recipe where I'm gonna take the flour and put it in a bowl, but this whole recipe is made in the food processor. So my little food processor, not big enough. So I'm going to the real one here. So we're just gonna pop that in there and we'll just make the rest of it right in here. All right, so look how beautiful that pumpkin seed flour is, right? So nice. All right, let's get going. Next, we're throwing in some cacao powder. We're just using this one from Costco, the fair trade one, and we're gonna put in 4 tablespoons of that. There you go.
Again, this has so many benefits for skin, antioxidants.
Yeah, cacao powder is actually amazing. It's got so many benefits. All right, so we're about 4 tablespoons there, so that's looking good. And optionally, you could put in a sprinkle of salt. I like salt with my chocolate, so I'm gonna do that, but it is optional. All right, at this point, we're gonna blend the ingredients we had here. I'm just gonna pulse them a few times. It's looking pretty good right there, right? All right. Next, we're gonna use some date syrup. I'm just using this Trader Joe's organic date syrup. You could make your own. I was gonna do that, but we had this in the fridge, so I'm just gonna use that. I'm gonna attempt to put in 5 tablespoons here. All right, we're gonna put in 5 eventual tablespoons of this. I'm also gonna throw in some of this whole earth plant-based sugar alternative with erythritol. The recipe calls for 10 tablespoons of the date syrup, but date syrup's a lot of calories, so I'm trying to half it with this stuff because this stuff doesn't have any calories. So that's what I'm doing there. You can use all date syrup if you want to make it all whole foods. I just want to cut down the calories a little bit, so that's why I'm doing that. But it is up to you. After that, we're going to put in 1/3 of a cup of water and then about a teaspoon of vanilla extract. I'm just going to eyeball it. And I'm going to blend this till it's smooth. So I'm going to throw the cover on here and let this blend to get all of this combined until it's nice and smooth. Next, we're throwing in some Earth Gym chocolate protein powder.
And this powder is good because it's smooth, it's not grainy. It goes really well with this recipe.
So we're going to use 3 scoops of this, which is about 30 grams of protein. There's a link below this video where you could save 15% on your next order of Earth Chimp, and if you spend over $45, you get free shipping. We're also going to throw in 3/4 teaspoon of baking powder. That's a ½ teaspoon measure, so I'm just going to put 1½ of those in there. And there we go. All right, now we're going to throw the cover on it. We're going to blend it till it's just combined, right? We don't want to like over blend it. We just want to get it combined, and that's it. See what we've got here. Oh, that's looking pretty good right there. What do you think?
Perfect.
Yeah, nice little brownie batter. Excellent. We're going to take this off the food processor so we can get started. Next, we're going to take a kind of a bread pan, right? I guess this is a bread pan?
Loaf pan.
Loaf pan, yeah. And we're going to take some parchment paper. I've crumpled it up first, just to make it easier to work with. I'm going to kind of pop this in here. All right, so I'm just getting it in the shape of the pan so the brownies form correctly, but that's ready to go right there. All right, I'm just going to grab my batter and see if I can get it all out of here into the pan here. All right, I'm just going to kind of spread this around to give it an even baking surface all the way through. And make sure to get it in all the corners. I would say I'm not a huge fan of parchment paper, but I definitely don't want to put a lot of oil on the sides of the pan here because that's just going to add a lot of extra calories. All right, I think that looks good. What do you think about this, Tim?
Perfect, yep.
And then this isn't in the macros, so we're just going to lay a few chocolate chips on top. And there you go. All right, so we're going to bake this at 350 degrees in the oven for about 25 to 30 minutes. We'll check it in 25, but it probably needs about 30 minutes. So let's get it into the oven. All right, you can see that they're done. I'm going to take these out here. I've let them cool for about 30 minutes. There we go. I'm just going to get rid of this paper here. It's looking so good. They smell delicious. Holy smoke. Now let me taste this. Oh, yeah. When they came out of the oven, Tim threw some pumpkin seeds on it just for kind of decorations there. But that's just a little extra just kind of for food photography. All right, Tim, look how good this looks. We're going to try and cut it the long way first.
Yep.
And, but, I mean, you can smell this. This smells delicious, right? All right, there you go. All right, ain't coming out that great, but let's cut this into, I want to cut it into five short pieces. So 1, 2, so maybe 1 right here. All right, I'm going to try and grab this over here. That's much better. There we go. 3, 4, 5. Probably not the evenest slices, but you get the idea.
All right, Joey, thanks for cutting these up for us, but you had a little bit of trouble, and it's not because it's gooey. It's just because it's very moist, but it's cooked.
I really should have let it cool a little bit longer, but I just smell them. I'm ready to eat them, so nice. So I just wanted to jump into it. All right, so they're all cut up. Let's jump to the tasting, and we'll talk about the macros.
Sounds good. Okay.
And, of course, here they are.
Wait. I noticed that there's only 9 brownies instead of 10.
I may have tried one to make sure they're okay. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm a chocoholic, right? It's like bringing stuff home and just having it here and be like, well, don't eat it because it's only for special occasions. Yeah. Every moment's a special occasion.
But the fact that it went in your mouth means it was good.
I'll track it. So.
Okay.
So good. Give me a shot. Are you worried about calories?
I have to log it. Yeah.
These are absolutely delicious. Having the pumpkin seeds in here, right?
Yeah.
Like, this changes your nutritional profile, don't you think?
Yeah, I want to add more pumpkin seeds to salads and stuff, but I don't always have salads at home. I'm at work, right? Yeah. So this is great.
So,
this is my 3 p.m. go-to now.
We always put pepitas, which are pumpkin seeds, on our salads, right?
In fact, the fact that this is the flour replacement, though, awesome.
Flour is kind of a waste of space, right? As far as nutritional profile goes, it's processed. It's void of any nutrition, don't you think?
Yeah, when we have such a small portion like this, we're already getting flour in our satine.
Seitan, baby, seitan.
This is a nice change up. Another source of protein, healthy fats, that sort of thing. Awesome.
Feels so good. All right, let's talk about the macros. You can see them on the screen right here. You can see all the ingredients here, everything from the pumpkin seeds through the cocoa powder, all the way down to the protein shake mix, and all the amounts are there. So and there's the name of it right here, Joey Troxel Protein Brownies. So if you're sharing food with me on Cronometer, then and we're friends, you can just search for that name, the name of the recipe, and if you use, if you make this, you can input it right into your diary, and you don't have to type all that stuff in. So that works out perfect. So you can see the calories here, 120 calories for one serving, and this makes, I came up with 10 servings, cutting it into 10 pieces. So each brownie is 120 calories with 7 grams of protein. You get 6.3 grams of fat and about 19.5, 20 grams of carbohydrate. So 120 calories for 7 grams of protein is not bad.
I'm super excited. It was 100 degrees, over 100 degrees last week. And now, last night, what was it, like 70 or something?
No, it was like 58.
Yeah, so it was like a turn a corner and crazy, but super excited.
We always go for a walk at night. Yeah. So 2 nights ago, we went for a walk. I was wearing another tank top, and it was like 78 degrees. And I was like, with summer still here, it's October like 15th or whatever. And then the next day we went outside, we were like, oh, who turned on winter? Like, we just went right into like 50-something degrees. It was crazy. Oh, one other thing.
What?
So this video comes out on Tuesday. On Thursday, we're leaving for California for the Southern California Veg Fest. So if you're going to Southern California Veg Fest in Orange County, we're going to be there.
Hey, if you think you see us, just make the effort. Okay. Lex is going to be with us as well, so there'll be 3 of us.
Yeah, he'll just be like, oh my god. But if, please come up and say hello if you see us. We're very approachable. We're just going to be walking around. We're not going to booth or anything. We're going to do Universal Studios Nintendo on Friday, and then Saturday we'll be at the Veg Fest. So hopefully we'll see you there.
Yes.
All right. High protein, healthy brownies that you can make at home with pumpkin seeds. I mean, how great is that? Hit that like button, show us some love, click on the subscribe button, click on that bell, you get notified every time we have a new video. Leave a comment below, like, are you gonna make these? Do you like brownies? Like, what's your story with this, right? See you next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Before you go, I'd like to ask you to please think about subscribing to the channel. Everything on this channel is completely free and not behind a paywall. All of my recipes on the website, all of the recipes on the YouTube channel, friendship on Cronometer where you can share my macros, it's all free. Occasionally, there's a sponsor segment or whatever, but everything is free to you. And I can't do that without you subscribing and supporting the channel. So please think about subscribing, click on that bell, and help the channel grow so we can get to the point where we can keep putting out more videos for you. Thank you very much.